It has been quite the year for all of us. Obviously, we're all, okay, maybe not obviously, depending on when you're watching this, but right now, I'm still in quarantine, still in self-isolation. I spend 90% of my time in this room. I have a lot more space than a lot of people do. I'm very lucky in that sense, but it is an absolute mess right now. And it is messing with my feng shui. I don't think I used that correctly. I have a couple projects that I want to do to enhance the creativity and the flow of my space. So I figured that I would do a short little series going through each space and then showing you guys like the DIY projects that I'm doing for each space. I feel like this is the biggest project. My closet, I have too many t-shirts. I have too much stuff. My shoes are all over the floor. And then above my clothing rack, I have a bunch of knickknacks of things that I've just collected over the years, and my books. I am a huge reader, so I have a lot of books. We're gonna do what we can to improve our mood, because I can't control a lot of things right now, but I can control the state of my space. So let's get started. What I'm gonna start by doing is separating my clothes as to what I'm gonna keep, what I'm gonna donate. This is too small, but it's so pretty. Is it too small? I'm not good at this.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know one single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing and wait.
So we've gotten through going through the clothing. Also, I keep changing because I'm like trying things on as I go, and it also got hot. So now I'm wearing a throwback One Direction shirt. The goal is to not have anything left on the floor because that's one of the things that bothers me the most. I have some old like memorabilia stuff that I want to keep, but I don't necessarily want like hanging in my closet. So for instance, a couple of my dance costumes. I have this mural thing that we painted for the retreat that I ran. We're gonna try to pack that up so that we can hide it somewhere.
When you don't have to, there's so much that I'm still keeping to myself, 'cause you don't listen, babe.
Next up, we have a lot of building to tackle slash DIY project that involves handiwork, I guess. So I'm gonna separate this next part into projects just so it makes a little bit more sense for you and it flows better, because there's some like parts that I'm waiting for on each one. So if you see the shelves built at one point and then they're not built like 2 minutes later in the video, that is why. Also, all of the things that I bought, I will put in the description down below. None of this is sponsored, so I'm gonna tell you my 100% honest opinion on all of this. Starting off, I have the El Varley shelves from IKEA. You can buy this as a pack, I think, is what it looks like on the website. At my store, they only had all of the individual parts. So I had to buy the shelves and the posts slash brackets separately. These shelves are way more difficult than I originally anticipated. Obviously, you're screwing it into the ceiling and you have to put anchors into the ceiling. So it's not like you're making small holes in the wall and just calling it a day. Because the brackets come as separate pieces, you have to make sure like they're lined up so that once you connect the shelves, it'll actually connect. And you have to make sure they're leveled vertically, because if they're not, then the shelves will fit at the top but not at the bottom. And apparently if you tighten it too much on the bottom, the ceiling will crack. So it's a whole thing. One of the most important things that I didn't realize about the shelves before I bought them, this is what the bracket for the shelf looks like. As you can see, it already has like a predetermined angle. I thought I was going to be able to adjust that to how I needed it, but you can't. I wanted a specific space where I could put my boots so that they could stand up straight instead of having them fall over. I saw this trick on Pinterest a while back where you cut pool noodles and put them into your shoes so that they're not folding over. I know I should probably put this over something and cut it, but I can't be bothered. So sorry, Dad. I'm not gonna damage anything, I promise. I hope. Perfect. Flags to keep me warm. I'm not gonna damage anything, I promise. No! I'm using a literal saw and that wasn't a good idea. And even after spending all of that time cutting the pool noodles down and labeling them and putting them in the shoes and organizing and everything, they were still falling forward because of how steep the angle of the shelf was. And apparently some shoes have like a curve at the toe, which I was very unaware of. And because of the angle of the tilt, some of my shoes were just sliding right off the shelf, which is not ideal. But the good thing is that they also offer straight shelves, which aren't made of metal and are pictured on the website to be more for clothing, but they worked perfectly for my shoes.
I touched that.
Yes, you touch that. And then you press the button.
Yeah.
And
Next up, I have to build my 8 cube organizer, which is from Target. I want to use it to organize all of my knickknacks and all of the little like memorabilia stuff that I have above my clothing. This is way easier to build than the El Varley shelves were. I did this all by myself. I just used my dad's help to put it above the shelf in my closet. I also didn't put the backboard on it because I didn't feel like I needed it. Once that was built, I had to wait like a week for the baskets to come in. The goal for tonight is to at least start organizing everything into those, because I've gotten to the point where the mess that I made trying to clean the mess that was driving me crazy is now driving me crazy. So that will at least clear up the space on the floor. Basically, it let me hide away the things that I want to keep but don't necessarily want to be looking at. It just cleaned up the space a lot, made it a lot less cluttered. I think it would be so much better if the cubes didn't have like these openings, because part of me is really bothered by the fact that you can see like the colors and stuff. But it's fine, I'm not gonna be looking at it too much. And the final project that I have to do is my scarf organization. So this project came to me completely out of the blue. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll see. Basically, when I started this, I knew that I wanted to create a new system of how to organize my scarves, because this is my current system. I have 2 hangers that are folding pretty badly. This system overall just does not work because I have already broken a couple of hangers because scarves are heavy. As I was working on my closet, I realized that I have this kind of dead space back here because of my shoe shelf. So I wanted to utilize it. I wasn't really sure how. I bought a pack of 6 shelf brackets because I need 4 of them for another project that I'm doing. I had 2 extra and I figured, why not use them? And I'm gonna try and make my own little scarf holder thing. We're gonna see how it goes.
Why don't we go back to, why don't we go back to, never wanted to end it like we did. I guess shit happens for a reason, but it's like something feels different.
So now that that is done, I'm gonna take all of these and loop them through these shower curtain holder things that I got off of Amazon for like couple bucks. I guess in hindsight I didn't necessarily need these. I could have just hung them on there, but I wanted a way to kind of separate them a little bit more and not have them cluttered on top of each other, I guess.
Your bedroom.
It is day 4, 5 or 6, something like that. I've just been doing like little tiny pieces at a time, which I think is why it has taken me so long. I pulled out all of my books. It's gonna be fun to go through. And then I also painted some cube things white that I had in my closet already. So that's just gonna kind of help them blend, match everything else. And I'm gonna use that obviously for some more storage. But before I do any of that, I'm going to line the top of my shelves with this plastic lining so things stop sticking to that shelf, because I don't know if it's the paint that they used. Everything that I have put up there sticks, and when I was trying to take my books down, my books were all sticking, and I don't want any of them to get damaged, and I also don't want to damage the actual shelf, so we're gonna be cautious.
So I'll just close my eyes and dream about our kids and how they're running around. Won't you come and lay down next to me? Close your eyes.
I'm gonna finally start organizing all of the books, because like I showed you earlier, I just have them on the floor. I was looking at a computer screen all day, so I decided that I wanted to do something a little bit more chill and relaxed. without having to look at the screen. So I'm probably just gonna play some music and start organizing all of my wonderful books. Do we have a visitor? Hello! Are you gonna stay here? You look very pretty in that dress, ma'am. We were literally just talking about the fact that she doesn't come up here and hang out with me unless we're gonna go to bed. And then she ran up here. So I don't know if you were sent, oh my gosh, or if you actually want to be here. Then again, she doesn't do anything she doesn't want, so. I used to have it organized by author, which I really like, but I feel like the different colors, the different heights, just that's what made it look so cluttered. So I've organized all of the paperbacks by color, kind of, sort of, just to kind of get a rough idea of where I want them. So these aren't all hardcover, but I want to keep like the series together. And then these are like, the hardbacks are bigger than obviously the paperbacks. So I have those separated, but I also kind of have those done by color. So I'm gonna try this out and see if it is any cleaner than how I had it. I had a harder time getting rid of books than I thought I was going to. I did end up filling this box with ones that I'm going to be taking to half-price books, but I still have a lot. And finally, I am done with my closet makeover.
Are scary, but they are just some old scars. We should never be afraid of them. You and I know when we are too far apart, everything just falls apart. So I just close my eyes and dream about our kids and how they're running around. Won't you come and lay down next to me? Close your eyes and we'll be free.
I am so excited about the way that it turned out. It has been so nice to go into my closet and not be surrounded by a mess. Having a clean space really just helps me not have such a cluttered mind, which leads into the fact that this is not my only reorganization, which means that this video is the first of my reorganization, redecorating series that I will be doing. I may or may not be doing my office space next, and it's going to be way more intense of a makeover than my closet was, so. If you like this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up because it really supports me and my channel, and make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification because, like I said, I will be doing more of these very soon, and I am posting every week, so you can see all of my other content as well. I hope this video has encouraged you to push past whatever laziness it is that you're feeling right now to not reorganize that space that you've been thinking about this whole time. I hope that you guys all enjoyed, and I will see you guys all in next week's video. Bye!